Hello? There we go. Got her going. What's going on? Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to start off by saying, please, oh please, do not mind my third eye that you are about to see. Because, wowzers, I broke out pretty bad right here on my forehead, right between my eyes, while I've been taking care of some family stuff last couple of days. I think the stress and stuff like that has made me break out. Nothing too bad, but you ready to see it? It's pretty bad. It's pretty noticeable. It's pretty noticeable, but shit happens. Shit happens. Yeah, no, we've been helping with some stuff, been taking care of some things, and yeah. First things first. With where the music is at, does the music sound okay? Is it too loud? Is it drowning me out? How we sounding? How we sounding? We got the new lights in. Got new stuff up. We're waiting for this doggone game to upload. God, it's been so long. This might have been silly of me to do, but I think it'll be okay. I'm hoping I can get games in, because I'm not going to be live for super long. We're not going to be live for long. My wife and I are bowling in a bowling league tonight at 5. So I'm going to be off around between 4 and 4:30, so about around an hour and a half, almost just under 2 hours, hour and 45 minutes. Go away. You still looking good. Ooh, Seeker. Thank you. The music is okay. I can hear you perfect. Beautiful. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. You're the best. Thank you. Got new lights, as you can see. Got new lights. Put them around my PC case, because why not? Yeah. Now we're going to be playing some COD if this works. If I can get it downloaded. But what we might do in the meantime, while it's doing this, it's scanning game files. It is at 51% right now. I don't know how long this will take. We may not even get a chance to play. But what we can do is we can do a tier list. We can do a tier list. I've been looking at some tier lists, and I'm like, I kind of want to do it. What do you think? There's a lot of different tier lists out there we can do. Oh, I have to disable ad blocker. Are you kidding me? Wah. We're going to do a tier maker, though. We might make it. Yeah, let's do a tier list. I've been wanting to do tier lists for a minute, like for a fat minute. And now that we're streaming on YouTube, we can finally do that. Right? Don't you think? Don't you think? 65. The problem is it's scanning right now, which means it's repairing the files, and then once it does that, it still has to finish downloading, I think. So, oh yeah, Seeker, you like the thumbnails though? You like the thumbnails? They're actually pretty easy to make. You just take some good like screenshots of yourself from stream. You just take good images of yourself from streams. Do a background remover. Find a background remover website. Take the background out and make yourself bigger. And boom, you have a new one possible emote, but two, you can throw that on the thumbnails and it actually looks really good. God, can you tell I'm tired? I'm tired. It has been a long week. But we are thriving. We are thriving. Yeah, we're trying. We're making the push. Making the push for 1,000 subscribers. For 1,000 subscribers. And 4,000 watch hours, which 4,000 watch hours is going to take a little bit. But we're going to be posting videos, reaching out to a bigger audience, and hopefully that helps build what we're doing, you know? Hopefully people stumble across the stream. Hopefully they're like, hey, what's up? Open and inviting. I need to do... Does my welcome command work? Let me... Hold on. Does my command work? Did I make a welcome command? I didn't. I have a welcome timer. Give me 1 sec, guys. 1 sec. Please don't mind the third eye on my forehead. Okay. I think... Oh, yep. Okay, let me see. I think... Ooh, scan complete. Starting repair update. Love it. See how long this takes. Oh! I have to... Why is it not working? I need to get... I need Nightbot to be connected to my YouTube. The problem is it is... Oh, here we go. Why have I not done that? Sure that you have my... Ahaha, alright. We did it. We did it. Okay. Where? This music is good, man. There. Aha, here we go. What? Okay, it told me to go in there. And put that into the moderators list. Community settings. A producer. Those are basically VIPs. They should change the name of that. They should change the name of that. There it is. Save. I think we added it. Doesn't seem to be working yet. But that's okay. I think we'll figure it out. I think it'll start to work, I think. All this, because all this should be activated, I think. Alright. Well, it should be a moderator. Should have it. Now. Should be working. Hi. Oh, look at you. Yes, I know, Seeker. This is very difficult. Oh, how big of an update is this? Goodness gracious. We ain't gonna be able to play, but guys, we can probably do a tier. Probably do a tier list if we want. Hi. What are you doing? Go take a nap. Oh, you stop it. Go take a nap. My wife's tired. Are you kidding me? I have... All I want to do is delete some games so that I can download Warzone, man. I don't want to work tomorrow. Oh, Seeker, we can do this. Priceless. Which did I use this email? You've got to be joking. I can't believe this is happening. There's so much going on right now. Please verify your email 9 bajillion times. No shot, right? Come on, man. Yes. I just don't get it. Like, I need an external hard drive is what I need. One foot at a time. We'll get there. Thank you. Alright, that was one installed. Game uninstalled. Okay. Let's uninstall this guy. Sadly, it hurts me, but we'll go back to it. We'll play it eventually. And it's super easy to install. Go, Revan, go. Thank you, Seeker. Why? Why is this not working? Oh, yes. I finished all my coffee. Now I'm sad. My buddy's probably wondering where I'm at. I'm probably gonna have to break the news. I'm not gonna be able to play with him, and he's gonna be grumpy with me. No shot. To the verification code was sent to your email. Ubisoft, chill. It's fine, man. God. I'm a trusted device. Just trust. It's irritating. I don't have enough space. Just uninstall the game. My PC doesn't have enough space for how big Warzone is. Oh, for crying out loud. No shit. No way. I'm done dealing. I'm done worrying about it. I'm done trying to take care of it. There's other games I can do that might work. Yes. Why is it not giving me that message for the other one? It's because this game is so good, even Ubisoft doesn't want me to uninstall it. You imagine? I'm pretty sure that's it, guys. I'm pretty sure we figured it out. That one's a lot of space. I haven't been playing that at all. Yes. I can re-download it later. I'm uninstalling this game. I played it once and didn't love it. Bless Unleashed, I tried to use it. I tried to play it as a filler to New World. Didn't love it. Didn't love it. New World's out in like 10 days though. Less than 10 days. 9 days. Comes out on the 28th. Are going to put 100 hours in. You and your bud can't play something else? Not really. He's playing with another buddy of his who doesn't really have a whole lot of other games. And we haven't played Warzone in like months. So we're kind of wanting to play Warzone. And I'm just kind of like, why not, right? Okay, let's see if and seriously, you're gonna love the camaraderie between me and my buddy. It's honestly entertaining. I'm not very good at the game. Space. Do we have space? I'm serious. I haven't played this game in months, and it's doing so much right now. it has to scan more files before it can start the next update. And then it's probably going to have to scan more files before it can start another update. Didn't play that game at all. Played it once, didn't like it. Been trying a lot of free games. Closed beta, I can probably uninstall these, but I'm afraid to uninstall them. I want to get back. I don't want to uninstall the Elder Scrolls Online, because honestly, if I ever have a night where I get to play with Tiny and Homie One, I want to do that. Okay, we're scanning more files. Let's do a tier maker. Let's do a tier list. While we're here. Hey, Seeker, type !welcome in the chat for me and see if it works. And see if Nightbot works. Because if Nightbot doesn't work here, I might... Oh, now you want to play me after all this time, huh? I know. It honestly, it's doing that. It's throwing a fit. It did work. Can I mod myself? I feel like you should be able to do that, right? Maybe that's why the welcome thing wasn't working for me. I guess I didn't even think about modding myself. Isn't that funny? Let's see. In the description down below, Seeker, we got new merch. I don't know if you saw that. I think so, right? You should be able to mod yourself, right? I can. I guess that would explain it. That would explain why that wasn't working. Alright, let's try. Wait. I just modded myself. Am I not a mod? Pardon. Oh, there it goes. Hey, it worked. We did it, chat. We did it. We did it, Seeker. You and me. You and me. I'm trying to decide if I want to have a drink at League tonight. Is it dark enough? Can we like shut the lights off and stream this? Let's do it. Hold on. I'm gonna go shut my lights off. Yes. Let's see what color looks cool. Yeah, let's go blue. Blue is the best, in my opinion. Thank you. I should be having some come in. I got a mug. I got the pastel blue mug. I got that coming in, so because I'll be drinking coffee when I stream and stuff like that. And I got just the classic T-shirt with just the logo right here in the one of these chests. I don't remember what side. I think it's left, on the left side. But yeah, I'll be wearing that. I'm checking a lot of it out because I really want to get the light blue sweatshirt also, because I don't have a light blue sweatshirt. But I got the red shirt because then I can wear it to work. All right, Seeker, what do you like? Do you like featured TV and movie templates? Okay, I think just because of who I am, we have to do a Star Wars film tier list. I think we have to, right? We have to. We're going to do a Star Wars tier maker. We're going to do a Star Wars movie tier maker. And then we're going to do MCU movies and so on and so forth. We got to. We have to. And then I'm going to post the VOD. I'll post the VOD, but I will also cut it out and I will make it a separate YouTube video. All right, let me pull it up. Okay. I'll bring it over here. No, it can't go over there. It has to be over here. You son of a gun. Hold on. I'm still trying to figure out like where everything goes. I think that was my buddy. Yep, he's asking how long I have, I bet. Let me see. Hold on. He says he's on. Dude, I don't know if I'm gonna be, man. This doesn't... Oh, it does have solo. Okay, I was about to say, this doesn't have solo. He's so sad. I feel bad, man. I feel really bad. Okay, hold on. I can unplug you. You charged enough. Guys, we need to get me to 1,000 followers on TikTok so I can go live on TikTok. Right? Okay. So. Let's do this tier list, huh? Let me pause the music. Where's my music? There it is. Okay, let's pause the music. Okay. All right. So. Yeah. It is in the description. You can also do exclamation mark socials. And once Nightbot decides to catch up, you can do exclamation mark socials in the chat. And it'll pop up. Look at that. There you go. And you can click on each link. Got a Twitter. I got an Instagram. I got a TikTok. Excuse me. Okay. My buddy's like, rip. Yeah, I'm like, yep. Okay. All right. I think these link worked. I think the links work, right? They do. All right. Nice. Okay. So. Star Wars film ranking tier list. Okay. You know what would help? Hold on. It would help if I switched the screen, right? Okay. And what we're gonna do... We're gonna... Oh! For crying out loud. Okay. Star Wars film ranking tier list maker. What a mouthful. As many of you know, I am a Star Wars junkie. Okay, we're going to start over again. I guess I can't have my face. My face has to be up here. I need to get... I have my watermark of my channel. at the bottom right, so it's like covering my face. Okay, we'll do it here. Okay, we'll have me here. Okay, so Star Wars film ranking tier list maker. As many of you may know, I am a Star Wars junkie. Star Wars junkie. I absolutely love the Star Wars films. Absolutely love them. Can't get enough of them. They are amazing. They are fantastic. And I think they are some of the best films ever made. Visually, story-wise, action, dialogue, they're all so good. Some of you may agree with this list. Some of you may not agree with this list. But this is my list. My list. Mine. I'm kidding. If you guys like the list, if you guys don't like the list, let me know down in the comments. Okay? Like the video. And make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. We're going to do more of these, but right now this is the first ever tier list we're doing on this channel. And we will do more of these tier lists. I just feel like it was only right that we do the Star Wars films first because I am Revan X. My namesake is Darth Revan. So I figured we would just get into this and we would discuss what we think. Okay? And I'm serious about this. Hop in the comments and seriously, in the chat, let me know if you agree or disagree with a take, and let's talk about it, okay? I don't know if you're going to change. You won't change my mind just because this is my opinion. I have seen these movies plenty much to know where I want them. But let's start. I think we should start in order from 1 to 9, okay? Oh, man. So Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. So, I'm going to start off by saying, I like this movie more than the average person. More than the average Star Wars fan, I would say. There are movies in the saga of Star Wars that make this movie seem better, right? It actually makes a couple of movies better. It is not S tier. Star Wars Episode 1 is not S tier. It is not A tier. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, is a B tier Star Wars movie. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace is a B tier Star Wars movie. Here's why. There are positives to this movie and there are negatives to this movie. The positives to this movie. It is basically the telling the origin story to the person that we all, the character we all know and love, Anakin. It is the origin story to him. It gives Qui-Gon Jinn is A tier. Qui-Gon Jinn is S tier character. Like, he almost makes this movie, him and Obi-Wan, Obi-Wan and Darth Maul almost make this an A tier movie That's how much I like this movie. They almost make it A tier. And it's because of the characters. But what this movie does suffer from is also the characters. Like, seriously, it also suffers from the characters. And what I mean by that is, it is that telling story of Anakin learning he's the chosen one, making his way through his life, being found at such an older age, as opposed to when Jedi are usually found, or Force-sensitive children are usually found to start their training. And it just Jake Lloyd does a really good job of portraying a kid who doesn't know what he wants, right? He does such a good job of portraying a child who is so confused. Now, on top of that, to kind of play off of that, Jake Lloyd is also one of the reasons this movie suffers, because he's not the greatest actor. I get it, he's a kid, but seriously, there are times when I can't watch this movie because, seriously, I will say I can't watch this movie today because of Anakin. You know what I mean? I can't watch it because of him. I can't watch it because of Jake Lloyd. But I know I can watch it if I'm doing a Star Wars. I'm excited to watch it, like a Star Wars marathon. I'm excited to watch it. Natalie Portman does not do the best in this movie. She improves movie to movie, like, incredibly well. She improves movie to movie and gets better. So she's just super monotone as Princess Amidala. She's kind of awkward and weird sounding, and I get that's all she's ever known is politics and being that way. And I know, and you could also probably say, wow, that was her body double or whatever, what have you. But I don't necessarily buy that as much. So she's also a downfall of the movie for me. And then Jar Jar Binks. As much as I love Jar Jar Binks, I cannot stand him in this movie. I can't stand him. People love Jar Jar Binks. Seriously, people love Jar Jar Binks. They love him so much they've been willing to say he is the mastermind behind it all. He is the Dark Lord of the Sith. It is Darth Jar Jar. I get it. It's funny. It's fun. But he's a fun character. He was designed for kids. I just didn't even like him when I was a kid, and I just grew up to not like him. And I might have gotten that from my dad. I can't remember. I've actually honestly never asked my dad his honest opinion of Jar Jar. But just from hearing him, I can probably... I can honestly... I think I can say... I don't think he likes Jar Jar. But, that being said, this movie's weird. This movie, the reason it's B tier, the reason it is middle of the road, is because the characters cancel each other out. There are aspects to the character, and the story and the dialogue cancel each other out very well. So, dialogue in this movie is not the greatest. The dialogue in the 1999 Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, is not the greatest. But the story is fantastic. They cancel each other out. Characters. They have A-tier characters. S-tier characters. Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, Anakin, he's S-tier. He is an S-tier character at times. Like, Anakin is kind of half and half. But you got Qui-Gon, you got Obi-Wan, you got Darth Maul, and you got Anakin. And then you've got Anakin, who can also be a D-tier character in the film. And then you've got Padme, and then you have Jar Jar. To me, they cancel each other out. Hence why I have placed Star Wars Episode 1 B tier. Moving on. Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. I'm really curious to see if I might get attacked for this one. I am really curious to see if I'm going to get attacked for this one. Sorry, I had to check that. D tier. And I'm going to actually C tier. It is a C tier film. It is a C tier Star Wars film. I am ranking these as Star Wars movies. Star Wars movies. To the story, everything that pertains to the story. Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, is a C tier film. Visually, it's stunning. The special effects are good. Story, great. The story is great. But here's what I gotta tell you. This movie is the first Star Wars movie to make me actually skip through scenes. It actually makes me skip through scenes. I have since not done that. I don't do that anymore because as I've gotten older, came out in 2002. As I have gotten older, I start to understand the loving aspect of the story, the love aspect, the falling in love between Anakin and Padme. I've started to understand it more, and it starts to make more sense. However, it's still so cringy. So cringy. Like, it was... I know plenty of you probably know that it was supposed to be Leonardo DiCaprio playing Anakin. I have heard the reason Leo did not get the role was not because Hayden Christensen was a better actor. I love Hayden Christensen, don't get me wrong. It was because Hayden Christensen apparently looked better and played the love story and naturally worked better with Natalie Portman, but also because he did pull off the anger and the rage much better. So I agree with that. The anger and the rage, yes. Acting-wise, Leonardo DiCaprio is a better actor than Hayden Christensen. But I can understand Hayden probably having this natural connection with Natalie Portman because they did actually care for each other, like, in life. And I think Leo was more so as a role, less than coming, like, to actually making a connection with the character. And I think George Lucas can appreciate, like, was able to appreciate that much more. But I will put this movie at C tier because Obi-Wan Kenobi is an S tier character. Count Dooku, S tier. The Yoda, S tier. All of the lightsaber duels in these prequel films, it's top notch. Just some story decisions that just make me cringe in this one. And I've never actually, like, cringed. I've never actually, like, cringed at a Star Wars film before, except for Star Wars Episode 2. So yeah, I would probably say C tier film because growing up, I would actually skip through scenes, the love scenes between Anakin and Padme. It just got very cringy and very over the top. My opinion, my list. Let me know what you think. Seriously, let me know what you think. I'm curious to see where you guys would actually place these as well. I really am. So that takes us to Star Wars. Hold on. That takes us to Star Wars Episode 3. Where is it? Revenge of the Sith. Star Wars Episode 3. Revenge of the Sith. S tier film. S tier Star Wars movie. In my opinion, it is... Is it the best one for me? I don't know if it's the best one. I don't know if it's the best. I don't know if it's my favorite one or it's the best one to me. But it is definitely top 2. Definitely top 2. It is very good. It is intense. The acting by this film has completely ramped up. It has increased itself to Oscar status. I don't know, Oscar status. A lot of roles are very good. Like Anakin, much better. This movie is actually starting to capture his rage, and it started to capture it in Episode 2 with his mother dying. But he really started to capture that rage, and Hayden just plays that so well. Natalie played a woman in love losing the one she loves slowly but surely so well. She started to lose that part of her, and she played that hurting, basically widow type character so well. She knew something was wrong, and you could just see her breaking, and it finally broke when Obi-Wan broke the news. And obviously Obi-Wan, Ewan McGregor, I can't say anything more. Like he's S tier. He dang near bumps these movies up, episode 1 and episode 2 up a spot because of him alone. But that stuff, just all the extra stuff in those movies keep them where they're at. But the choreography, the lightsaber battles, lightsaber duels between Yoda and Palpatine, and then the duel between Obi-Wan and Anakin at the end, just chef kiss, just so good. Dooku at the beginning of the movie, not so much. The actor is older at that point. And you got Obi-Wan and Anakin, but the fact that Obi-Wan and Anakin were able to, he was able to take on the both of them at the same time, and it really didn't end until Anakin used that rage. And again, you can see it in his face. You can see it in his face. Just absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful. But it's just, and the character of Anakin, so many people, myself included, grew up with the character. He's a little older. He was a few years older than me. And he happens to just, I grew up with that character. But that is why I enjoy these movies so much. So much, so cool. Well, thank you, Seeker. And then the creation, the transformation into Vader at the end. And I'm going to hit you guys with a little bit of information. Those of you who are listening, those of you who are here. People hate the ending to the movie because of how Padme dies. After she gives birth to Luke and Leia, Padme dies. People say because the robot, the nurse robot, the nurse droid goes, she's physically healthy. She's perfectly healthy. But for some reason we're losing her. And they're like, why? How? And we do not know. She has lost the will to live. For years, people were like, she's dying of a broken heart. Oh my God, I can't believe it. She's not dying of a broken heart, guys. And I'm going to tell you why George Lucas is so amazing. She's not dying because of a broken heart. Go back and rewatch that ending scene. When Padme is giving birth to her and Anakin's children, Luke and Leia, she is slowly dying. Who is slowly being created at the exact same time? Darth Vader is slowly being created as Padme is slowly dying. Palpatine used his powers to take Padme's life essence. And he does it in episode 9. You see him do it in episode 9. Takes her life essence. He does it to others. He takes her life essence. And he transfers it into Anakin, because Anakin was not going to survive the operation to become Vader. He took the life force inside Padme and transferred it into Vader to keep him alive, which is why he's so emotional when he wakes up, which is why he's so angry. It's because the thing that's keeping him alive is what killed his wife. It's what killed the one that he loves. It's what, to him, killed his 2 unborn children. Well, actually, as he thought, his one child. He thought it was one. He thought it was only one child. He did not know it was twins. He was broken and beaten and just horribly, horribly broken. The way that is portrayed in this film, just the transition from the start, the war, Order 66, the heartbreaking betrayal, to the end. It's just beautifully written. And seriously, it's just a night and day difference from 2 to 3. The fact that that was a 3-year gap from 2002 to 2005, unbelievable. Unbelievable. The film is top tier. There's not one negative part in that film to me. It's just so emotional. It's so action-packed. It's so fun. There's funny parts in the film. It's just so good. So good. Seriously, I can't say enough about that movie. S tier. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, S tier. Moving on, and we're going to go in order. We're not going in release order. We're going in chronological timeline order. So let's move on to Solo. Solo, A Star Wars Story. The film about Han Solo. B tier. These movies is where I'm very excited to see the comments and what people think. This movie is a B tier movie because it is not a bad movie. It's a good movie. It's fun. As a Star Wars movie, that's why it is at B. Normally, I would, if Solo, A Star Wars Story was not a Star Wars story, I would have it would be an A tier movie for me because it's just so fun and entertaining and funny and sad and the acting is great. The writing is good. It's a B tier movie though because it's just I didn't really want a Solo film, like a Han Solo film. My dad was one of those people who did because he loves the character. Han Solo was never my favorite character. I didn't grow up with Han Solo like a lot of people did. I thought he was a fun character. I thought he was a character that didn't really need a background story. Kind of like the Joker to me. But the Joker movie was stunning. I thought the Joker movie was great. I thought Solo was a movie that didn't necessarily need I thought Han Solo was a character that didn't need a background. You know what I mean? Didn't need a backstory. I thought the fact that there was kind of a mystery to him, a gravitas to him that, I don't know. I thought it was cool that he didn't have one. And then they did it and I wasn't super looking forward to it. And the reason it is B tier is because it surprised me at how good it was. It was a very good film. But not Star Warsy enough for me. You know, you have the Pikes, Woody Harrelson was in it. Emilia Clarke, Daenerys from Game of Thrones was in it. Just an all-around good movie. And obviously Chewbacca, Paul Bettany who plays Jarvis, who plays Vision in the Marvel movies was in it. Just a good movie. Me too. My dad loves Solo. Yeah, Solo's it's a good movie. I'm not going to put it A tier though because I look at some of the movies on the list that I have coming up and I can't have it at A tier because of these other movies I have. Because to me they deserve to be A tier more than Solo does. Because I can't look at these other movies and go, yeah, they're Solo is on the same level. But to me it is just top notch, just a top notch film. It's super good, super entertaining, and just a lot of fun. I mean, I can't. There's no other way to describe it. No other way to describe it. Just a fun movie, fun action, funny comedy, good writing, good movie. Just a good movie. I definitely want to see a sequel. I'm not going to spoil anything. You know what? It's been long enough. The ending with Darth Maul. Darth Maul at the end makes me want another Solo film. That was the hook. Right at the end of the film. That was the hook to make me go, "Whoa, all right. What do we got here?" And then they haven't done anything with it yet. And I think it's because of all this Disney Civil War, rumors of the Civil War going on at Disney between Kathleen Kennedy and her people, Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau and their people. Just this kind of civil war going on that I don't really pay attention to as much, but I have heard a lot about, and I do have some opinions on it. We will talk about it with some people down the road, in kind of like a round table type discussion. I have plans for that moving forward, but good. It was a good movie. I do think that Alden Ehrenreich, who plays Solo, will be in the Lando show. I do believe the Lando Calrissian show that is coming out on Disney Plus is going to be Childish Gambino. It is I do Donald Glover. I do believe it will be Donald Glover. I will think it will be post Solo, maybe pre Solo as well, leading into Solo and then past Solo. And I do think Alden Ehrenreich will be in it, kind of like a buddy cop fun type movie. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a fun buddy cop film. That's kind of what I think Calrissian's going to be, and I do think it will be underworld. I do think we'll see Maul. Going to be a lot of interesting stuff in it. Emilia Clarke is rumored to have returned. Emilia Clarke is rumored to be in the Boba Fett series. A lot of rumors going around with this. I'm very intrigued moving forward with Solo. So Solo is a very intriguing film to me. Very intriguing film to me, but it's very good. Solo is a movie I can go, hey, if someone goes, hey, want to watch Solo? I'll go, sure, because it's just a fun movie. It's a fun movie. So then moving on to Star Wars Rogue One. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. I know people disagree with me on this, and I know some people agree with me on this. S tier. Star Wars, Rogue One, a Star Wars story is an S tier film. Story, action, writing, dialogue, visual effects, soundtrack, characters. I don't think there's not a negative in this film. There's not a negative in this film. I have yet to watch Rogue One, a Star Wars story, and see something that I don't like. Everything I have seen in Rogue One, a Star Wars story, to me is good. I have never seen a negative to that film. To me, every time I have watched that film, I have never walked away from that movie going, I wish they did this, or I wish this was different. Everything to me in that film is perfect, and it perfectly sets up Star Wars Episode 4. Like I said, it is emotional. It is and it is action-packed. It's entertaining. It's funny. You seriously, they connect you to every single character, and then they rip them away from you at the end. Every single one of them. And like, I didn't, when I was watching the movie for the first time, and I heard Bodhi Rook, the character Bodhi Rook, the pilot, I didn't love his character. Like, I thought he was entertaining. I thought he was fun. I thought he was a good character. He was not my favorite. And I was saying to myself, if he dies by the end of this movie, I'm not going to be that sad, just because I didn't feel like I was connected that much to the character. And then he did. And then I was like, they did it in such a shocking fashion that I was like, what the heck? And I actually kind of like grieved for Bodhi Rook a little bit. Like, I was actually kind of sad that when Bodhi died. It was actually kind of surprising, but that's what shows you how good the writing in that film was. And the visual effects with Tarkin. You got Tarkin, young Tarkin, an actor. That actor did such a good job, nailed him to a T. Great visual effects. He looked just like him. And I know they did like a digital de-age, but it was a different actor that they threw the Tarkin actor's face. I can't think of his name now. Peter Cushing. And then you have the de-aged Leia, played by, I think she's a Swedish actress or a Norwegian actress, and digitally de-aged Carrie Fisher onto her face, and it was just so stunning. You could see little bits that made you go, not so much, but also it was half a second. It's not like Tarkin, who actually had like an interesting role. And then Vader, and what makes this movie S tier, what caps it off, is the Vader hallway scene. If you have never seen Rogue One, and you're watching this for some reason that I have just completely spoiled for you, if you don't intend to watch this movie, there's one thing I want you to go watch that will make you want to watch this movie. Darth Vader's hallway scene at the end of the film. Watch it. Oh my God. One of the most badass things I've ever seen in a Star Wars movie. And it just shows you what kind of things you'll get from Darth Vader in Obi-Wan because Darth Vader is going to be in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. And I cannot wait, guys. Cannot wait. Rogue One, a Star Wars story, S tier. Top tier Star Wars film to me. It embodied everything Star Wars. That brings us to Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. Pretty much perfectly into A New Hope. Not even technically Star Wars. It's technically just Star Wars. Not even A New Hope. It's just Star Wars. But Episode 4. Whew, man. My take on this film has changed over time. My take on this film has changed over time, guys. It has gone from an S tier film, one of my favorite film, to A tier, back to S tier again, back to A tier. It is an A tier movie. A tier movie. A tier Star Wars film. The reason why is and I understand it's an old movie and it was the first movie, but everything besides visual effects and it's pretty much the visual effects in that movie that make it A tier. Everything else is so good. I thought Rogue One made A New Hope an S tier film. I thought Rogue One made it better, but in all actuality, I feel like if you're watching movies in order, you have to watch Rogue One before you watch A New Hope. And to me, Rogue One just kills the hype for New Hope, because then it's just old. It suffers from being the oldest film. And not having the biggest budget in the world, because they didn't think it was going to be good. Like, seriously, the back then they thought it was going to be a flop. They did not think it was going to be a good film, and it became just universally loved. But I think it suffers from Rogue One being kind of the precursor lead-in to this film, because you got to go in, you got to watch Rogue One to watch A New Hope, and it just kills. It just kills it, because there's just so much. There's just so much going on in Rogue One, and then you get to A New Hope, and it's just kind of slower. It's kind of a steady story with kind of a climactic end into a very anticlimactic ending, because they didn't know they were going to be able to make another one, so they capped it off at the end. So what used to be an S tier film by itself was actually hurt by Rogue One, because Rogue One is so entertaining and so fast paced and so action packed, and then you get to A New Hope and it's slower. It's kind of a drag, not in a bad way. Just compared to Rogue One, it's a little slower, but it is a tier film because there's really nothing wrong with it. It just suffers from being kind of that follow up to Rogue One, even though it was the first movie to come out. If you kind of catch my drift. But in terms of Star Wars, like, the fact that there are movies out there that are better Star Wars movies than the original Star Wars just goes to show how good the writing has become, and how much it has changed, and how much it has progressed and gotten better. And it's just crazy to me to think about that. But I love A New Hope. Nothing really wrong with the movie. It just suffers from being kind of overshadowed by the film that technically comes out before it. It's technically sandwiched by 3 great films. You go 3, Rogue One, New Hope, and then Episode 5. And that does lead us into Star Wars Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back, S tier film. Star Wars Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back is the best Star Wars movie ever made. It's the best one. It's the best Star Wars movie. an argument can be made for two. Seriously, if I had to put them on a list, like how they are right now, I can't add an S plus. That's just not fair. I don't think any of these are S plus. I don't think any of these are above the other, in terms of kind of where they're at, like wise. But like, here's Revenge of the Sith. Here's Empire Strikes Back. Literally less than an inch above it. It's so good. And Rogue One was my favorite, but the older I've gotten and the more into the movies and the more I've watched the movies, my love for Empire Strikes Back has grown, and my love for Revenge of the Sith has grown, and Rogue One has kind of stayed the same. But Revenge of the Sith and Empire Strikes Back Strikes Back have both kind of catapulted in front of Rogue One. But I do love all of those movies. Again, these are three films that I don't see anything wrong with them. I don't see anything wrong with any of these films. Like, not even a little bit. Like, that's how good they are to me. But just again, Empire Strikes Back had such a good blueprint for the love story that for some reason episode 2 didn't do. I don't know why. It was there. It was right in front of their eyes, and they just didn't do it. And I think a part of it can be blamed on the character of Han Solo being like, yeah, Anakin's definitely not Han Solo in terms of his like mannerisms and his behavior. That's fair. But you still wrote a good, solid love story. And it made sense and it worked. And I think people just loved the character of Han Solo, and it just propelled. Like me, I love Han Solo. He's not my favorite character, but I love him. And that his portrayal of the love story and the way him and Leia are with one another makes it better. Luke is awesome in the movie. Luke is just fantastic in everything he does in the movie. And Chewbacca is awesome. Seriously, for a character that doesn't say two human words, he's amazing. The story with Vader, the finale at the end is just absolutely fantastic, and I can't say any more about that. And that's going to move us to the next one, but give me 1 second. I'm going to be right back, guys. Hello, hello. I am back. I apologize. All right. Let's do this, huh? Ooh, I like this one. I like that because I'm gonna use that for my intros. I like this one. I like this song. That's a good song. Okay, so let's get back into this tier list, shall we? Okay. So like I said, Empire Strikes Back is a very, very good film. Very good film. Why do things keep breaking? Why do things keep breaking, guys? Are we serious? I can't do anything correct. I can't do anything correct. We get back to it? Hello? Am I back? Can you hear me, Seeker? Can you hear me all right? Did the stream stop at all, or was it all still working just fine? It looks like it was still going. Okay, I think we're okay. But, like I said, Empire Strikes Back, S tier. Moving on, okay? Moving on. Beautiful. I love it. Love you, Seeker. Thank you. Moving on. Seeker, thank you for following all of the socials, by the way. Love ya. Thank ya. Okay. On to Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. This is one of the most split movies out of the original trilogy. This is probably the most split out of everybody. And I mean split, like it is split three ways. People love it, people don't love it, people think it's okay. As a matter of fact, this is actually going to change something else on my list. Star Wars Episode 6 used to be one of my favorites, and that was because of the Battle of Endor and everything. It is an A-tier film. Star Wars A New Hope is S-tier. I can't have A New Hope and Return of the Jedi on the same playing field. They're not the same. New Hope is so much better than Return of the Jedi, it's not even funny. And so A New Hope is S-tier. It is S-tier. I could almost add S+ and do Revenge of the Sith, Rogue One, and Empire Strikes Back. But in all actuality, Star Wars Episode 4 is definitely it is equal with those films. It may not carry quite the gravitas, the story, the emotion as the other three, but it definitely does carry the weight of the franchise, of the saga, as the first film. So Return of the Jedi is definitely an A-tier film. Very little wrong with it. People love the Ewoks. People hate the Ewoks. It's kind of the same thing with the Porgs and everything from the newer movies. It's just very split. And people hate it. People love it. And hate is a strong word for Return of the Jedi. I don't know if I've ever met anybody who doesn't like Return of the Jedi. It's just fun, good action. Han is great. Leia's great. Everyone in that movie is great. So Return of the Jedi is an A-tier movie. Because it's a good film. It's just not nearly as good as the rest of these as I would put it. That's probably the best description I can give. Lando, great. Lando was introduced to us in Empire Strikes Back. Another huge positive of Empire Strikes Back was Lando, and he just builds on it in this one. The stuff on Tatooine, Leia, we get to see Leia be more of a badass as she is, and it just builds on all these amazing characters that were created in A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, and gives them a very fitting end to their trilogy, as you might say. But really, it leaves you wanting more. It leaves you kind of with this really good taste in your mouth of wanting to continue the saga and wanting a 7, an 8, a 9, a 10, 11, and 12 moving forward, if you know what I mean. It's just a great film. The music is good. The action is good. It's fun, funny, entertaining. Seriously, everything that makes a good Star Wars film, Episode 6 does it. Now, on to the sequel trilogies. Here's where I am incredibly curious, more so than I've been doing this entire tier list, of what people think on this list, on these three. And I will do this on a later video, but I'm not going to go super in depth because I don't have a lot of time. We will do it on a later video in a roundtable discussion where we can put all of our emotions and everything on the table. Episode 7. Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. A tier. To me, Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens is an A tier Star Wars film. J.J. Abrams, to me, nailed that movie. He nailed the marketing. He nailed the music. He nailed the story. There are some things wrong with it that make it not an S tier. But the reason it is an A tier movie is because Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, gave me a film that made me... I could not wait to see what they did with Episodes 8 and 9. I could not wait. In Star Wars Episode 7, Rey was fantastic. I thought Finn was amazing. Kylo was stellar. Han and Chewie and Leia, they were so good. They did such Poe. Everyone was great. The saddest part of the film was that Luke wasn't in it at the end, until the end. And there are, like I said, there are a few things I will mention that made this movie not an S tier for me and made it an A tier. Luke not being in it until the very end hurt the film for me. I thought it could have used him, but I also thought it delivered a crazy good story with a great build-up for the next couple of films, with a solid ending to make people go, "Oh my God, what?" So that's what I would say with that. The other, I thought Rey, like I said, I thought Rey was great. I thought she was a good character in it. And again, the other negative I had after the film, and as I saw the movie, initial reaction when Rey uses the Force mind trick, and has the ability to use a lightsaber very well and defeat Kylo, was all super cool. It was all very, 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 very good at the time. Then I started to watch the movie more. I started to watch the other movies more. I'm like, you know what? I don't like that as much. My friend hates Kylo Ren, and I was like, you're just jealous, bro. He is. Kylo Ren is the best part of the sequel trilogy. Kylo Ren elevates those movies. Adam Driver is stunningly good in those movies. And if some things were done... Kylo Ren could have made these movies S tier, in my opinion. I think Kylo Ren is an amazing character. I think there were some things that they could have done better with him, but I thought with what they did and what they were given, he did great. He was great. But as time's gone on, Rey being as powerful as she is, with zero training and all of that kind of keeps it out of S tier for me. It keeps it away from being an S tier film for me because that's not Star Wars. That's not the lore we've been given, so to speak. I like the movie. It's a fun movie. But the lore says some different stuff. The movie, like I said, great movie. Action-packed, fun. Han Solo's death, emotional. I knew it was going to happen because he wanted to die in 6. So I knew it was going to happen. So those of you who are mad that it happened, you can be mad all you want, but he wanted it to happen. It was going to happen regardless. Regardless of how they did it, it happened. But the other fact that Rey was able to beat Kylo in hand-to-hand combat, in lightsaber combat, is silly. Because they build on in the next movie that she was apparently a nobody. It would have made sense if she were actually, and then it gets built on again that she wasn't a nobody. She was actually a Palpatine. So that explains why she was good in lightsaber combat, but then it gets built on again. And they say, well, we actually didn't know who she was going to be. And we just decided at the end she was a Palpatine. Daisy Ridley actually said that she had no idea, what they were doing. But regardless, all that extra stuff is for these next 2. This movie just suffers from interesting writing decisions that, after rewatching everything else, make it not as good as it could have been. It's definitely an S tier film if you change some stuff. To me, I think it is the best. They did. I agree with you. It is the best Star Wars film out of the sequel trilogy. It's the best Star Wars film out of the sequel trilogy. And the way they hurt Finn in the next couple, also, it just bums me out. But Finn is one of the best parts of this film. Finn, the way they market Finn, I'll get into that in a minute. But, oh man, good. It's a good movie. I actually really enjoy 7. When we do a Star Wars marathon, I'm actually excited to watch Episode 7. It's a fun movie. So that takes us to Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. I'm hoping they get back on track, and I do think they'll get back on track. Favreau and Filoni being in control right now with kind of the future of Star Wars, even though Kathleen Kennedy is still kind of in charge, it still makes me excited. I'm still curious to see. There are rumors that they are going to be doing Star Wars Episode 10, 11, and 12, so we will see. But I think all of that will come after, like, The Mandalorian is done, and Ahsoka's done, and Obi-Wan is done, so we'll see what happens. That brings me to Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. This is a D tier Star Wars film. Out of all of these movies, maybe aside from Rogue One, Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi, is maybe the best film. Visually, musically, action-wise, and visually, dialogue, all just cosmetically, beautiful film. It is a beautiful film. Probably the most beautiful out of all of them, probably minus Rogue One, because Rogue One was a pretty beautiful movie. As a Star Wars film, I am really curious to see the comments in this, because this is what I believe. It is the worst Star Wars film. It's the worst Star Wars film. And I wrestled with that for a long time, because I was like, there is no way it is worse than Episode 2. It is a worse Star Wars film than Episode 2, and the reason why, for me, it makes it the worst Star Wars film is because what they did to Luke Skywalker in this film is not right. And I will get into this in a more in-depth video. I want to sit down and actually have like a round table type stream and discussion with like my friends Dinkalicious. I have a buddy Brenner who I want to talk to. I used to talk to about with this stuff all the time with Blake, my buddy of mine named Blake, my cousin Jamie. I want to sit down and discuss this stuff with crazy good, crazy fun Star Wars fans. And don't get me wrong, I love all Star Wars movies, including Episode 8. I love Star Wars movies. I just think it's the worst Star Wars film. I don't hate it. I don't think it's a bad movie. I think it's just the worst Star Wars film. So I want to clarify that. But what they did to Luke, the way they make Rey incredibly powerful, and also just still say in that movie she is a nobody. Luke says it the best in The Mandalorian. Talent without training is nothing. He is strong in the Force, but talent without training is nothing. That is canon. That is lore. That is what Star Wars is. Did you see how the actor looked at the director? Best face to sum up what happened to Luke. Exactly. It's just not what it just. Rian Johnson took the film, took the lore of Star Wars, and said, "You know what? I'm gonna do this." He took what J.J. Abrams set out on a silver platter for him, and went. It's like he saw this beautiful 3-course meal in front of him, and then played with it like a toddler. You know what I mean? He played with it like a toddler, like it was Play-Doh. He made a beautiful movie. Bad Star Wars movie, if you know what I mean. If you're catching my drift. It was a bad Star Wars movie because he killed the character of Luke for so many people who grew up with it. And I will talk to you from my dad's perspective. And he might comment on the video. My dad grew up with Luke. He killed the character of Luke. There was a redeeming factor at the end of the film that was so cool. That was very, very cool. But in all actuality, no. It was still not enough to redeem the character. And I will use one thing that will completely set it aside and go, and you cannot argue this. The second Rey tells Luke, Han Solo dies, Luke, being who Luke is, would leave to go save his friend. He did it in Episode 6. If you want to make the argument that Luke would not leave to go save Han, or sorry, to go help, even though Han died, he would go help. When Rey says that Leia needs your help, and he still says no, you're telling me that Luke would not go help his sister? Luke's not that stubborn. That's the difference between him and his father. He's not stubborn like his father. He shows signs of it. Like, regardless of the showing the dark side and igniting the lightsaber over Ben, his nephew. Besides that point, I'll get more into that in a later topic, in a later discussion on this channel. Besides that, it's the fact that he would not. He would drop everything he is doing, forget about himself, and go help his sister. He did everything for her. And then to add on top of that, when R2-D2, even after he's already said no, when R2-D2 shows up in his little hut and shows him the video of Leia, he still says no to his best friend, the one who's been with him through thick and thin. The fact that he even left R2 is stupid. It is just poorly written. It is not Star Wars. It is not lore. And I'm going to get into more of that on a separate video. But that is my opinion on Episode 8. And I can discuss it more in the comments if there are people that would like to comment that for me, that would like to comment and tell me what they think. But here's the thing. If you think it's the best Star Wars film, if you think it's a very good Star Wars film, but maybe not the best, that's totally fine. That is your opinion. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not going to say it is a wrong opinion. My opinion is that it is the worst Star Wars film. And there are other reasons why, and I will have another video soon. But that is my opinion on this film. If you have a different opinion, that is totally okay. That is totally okay. I cannot wait to talk about that film with more people. Star Wars Episode 9. Star Wars Episode 9. And yes, they are friends forever. Star Wars fans are Star Wars fans through and through, regardless of who you are, just regardless of what you like and which movies you like and which movies you don't. We are all friends forever. The fact that you love Star Wars means you're my friend. Star Wars Episode 9. When I first watched this movie, it was my favorite movie. It was my favorite Star Wars movie when I first watched it. As time has gone on, and as I have rewatched all these others, and as I have rewatched it has become a B-tier Star Wars film. The visuals, everything was stunning. JJ came back. I thought JJ did what he could to kind of rewrite the course of what Rian Johnson put into place after what he did with Episode 8. Literally, he took everything that JJ set up. All the crazy good marketing for Finn was going to make Finn a Jedi, and Brian turned Finn into a side character with a stupid love story. I love the character of Rose. He killed the character of Finn with that story. And the character of Finn was killed even further in Episode 9 because JJ just couldn't do what he could with the character of Finn and also finish out his story. Kylo was incredibly good. He got even better. Ryan, the fact that the smashing of Kylo's helmet in Episode 8 was the figurative image of Ryan smashing the plan that JJ had and turning it into dust to turn it into his own. JJ fixing the helmet in Episode 9 was the epitome and was the image and the recreation of JJ's vision to do what he can, even though there's still cracks in it and you can still see the imperfections. That is my image. That is my take on what happened with these movies. I thought the action was good. I thought the visuals were stunning. I thought the bringing back of Harrison Ford was a callback to Episode 7 because Harrison Ford saw what happened in 8 and wanted to come back. I thought what they did with Leia was pretty good, even though that stupid Mary Poppins scene in Episode 8, they kind of fixed Leia and made Leia more of a better character. I thought they did great things with Luke. Mark Hamill coming back to say that like a Jedi's weapon should be treated with more respect. Glacy, what's up, buddy? How are you, my friend? Got to do that for you, buddy. But I thought JJ did what he could. I think this movie becomes a B-tier film for me because it was muddled by the mess that was created from Episode 8. That's what hurts this movie. I thought the return of not much, man. We're doing a tier list, my friend. We're making a Star Wars tier list, my man. But I thought the return of Palpatine was a great idea. I saw the trailer and I about peed my pants. But then the way they handled it, not great. Like, I understand if you think Rey is a super powerful character, is one of the most powerful characters that she can defeat Palpatine, fine. Per the lore, the fact that people say that the clone of Palpatine was more powerful than the actual Palpatine himself is false and not tied to lore. Clones are not more powerful. They can't be more powerful. Per the lore, you are not yourself as a clone. The clones lose their power. But they made him more powerful, and Rey did not defeat the clone by herself. She had all of the Jedi to help her in defeating Palpatine. I wanted that to be more in depth and crazier, but what we got was what we got. Like I said, JJ tried to do what he could. But overall, like I said, the sequel trilogy I'm going to have more of an in-depth video on. But that is my tier list. That is my tier list, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys liked it. If you guys didn't, that's fine. Go ahead and like the video if you did, regardless. This is going to be cut and placed as a separate video on this channel for you to share and watch and say yourself. But S-tier films, Episode 3, Rogue One, Episode 5, and A New Hope. A tier, Return of the Jedi and Star Wars Episode 7, Force Awakens. B tier is Star Wars Episode 1, Solo and Star Wars Episode 9. C tier, Star Wars Episode 2. And D tier, Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. Let me know what you think if you guys liked it. Like the video. I'm going to make myself a nice little thumbnail here for a screen capture. A little weird. I gotta make a thumbnail, all right, guys? I gotta make a thumbnail. Come on. Don't judge me. All right. So we were gonna play some games, guys. But unfortunately, we can't do that. Because the game did not finish downloading. So, without further ado, we're going to end stream here. We got to do the tier list, and I thought it turned out pretty good. I thought it was a good discussion. I'm excited to see what you guys say down in the comments of the video once it gets posted. I'm going to try and have it posted by Monday, but I got to get ready to leave for League because it starts at 5 and it is a 20-minute drive. So, like I said, I love you guys. I hope you guys have a tremendous, tremendous, tremendous day. I will see you all probably not tomorrow. We're probably not going to stream tomorrow. We'll probably try to stream. We will stream on Tuesday. We will have a stream on Tuesday, but probably no stream tomorrow. Glacius is the newest moderator of the channel. He was the one I was waiting for. He was the final one I had to make a moderator. Hoping we get to see more of him. He's a brother. He's a friend. I love you guys to death. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I love you all. Seeker, thank you for hanging out the entire stream. You are a real one. Love you to death. I will see you all on the flippity flip. Plan for Tuesday. Probably no stream tomorrow. I will be editing. But plan for a stream on Tuesday, guys. Okay? Love y'all. See you soon.